Hello, Alan. Good morning or afternoon. Afternoon it is here. Just letting people tuning in. Hello, Andre. All right. So hopefully you can hear me well. If somebody in the chat could just confirm that the sound is good. It looks good my end though, so hopefully it works. Oh, Alan, morning in Canada. And Yemen, you say very good. I hope it's the sound. And Martin confirms. That's great. All right. Let's just let some more people log in. All right. I will just open the presentation. So welcome to this presentation on how to improve your sensory skills with IKAWA. Those of you who have been participating in the recent CVA systems, SCA's new CVA system, and other presentations will of course recognize some of the graphics here, but I've tried to give it a bit different angle because of course CoffeeMind's approach is the same and has been for many years. Our methodology is so fundamental that it's really it's a good idea to have a very strong focus on method when you do anything, because that's how we can get rockets to the moon and build big bridges, because we have good methods that are validated. And that's what I hope that someday will happen to the specialty coffee business. It seems like the methodology is, I don't know, corrupted by people's eagerness to get something done over getting it done correctly. And it's all the people that trying to make a daily business that suffers. Because if you had a bad method, you don't get to where you want to go, and that's very costly in terms of time and money. And it's your time and money, and my time and money. And I think that should be the most important thing, at least for our community. So I'll just give you a little understanding of the background of this approach, because it actually ties back all the way back to when I started in the coffee business as a completely new person in coffee. It's very important to be clear upfront that our methods, they are really rubbing up against the current methodology, and that's what I mentioned before. And CoffeeMind's methodology rubbed up against SCA's and the CQI. Now they changed completely. They've been with what's it called, beads and claws, defending the idea of universal quality up until 5 weeks ago for 25 years. And all of a sudden, they've just sold all that to SCA because I don't know why. Could be because now they were kind of bored with a yearly grant. And also with the perspective to have to recertify and re-educate all 10,000 Q graders worldwide. That's a good business. So um, but for us working with sensory science, where our mission is to help coffee roasters build purposeful businesses with sensory proven methods and clear systems. Because if you're not completely clear where you want to go, imagine a GPS, you want to go somewhere, but you're not sure where. How will you end up a useful place, right? So you need to really only do what's relevant for you using the methods that can simplify your situation and not overcomplicate it. So the purpose of this presentation is to help you build a respected roastery. You can only do that if you don't waste time and if you actually get personal competence and skills with the education you are going through. And it needs to reflect your personal passion and purpose. So there's no one size fits all when it comes to business, because it really needs to be derived from the founder's personal passion and purpose. And I don't want you to get stuck in pseudoscience, confusing advice, or overcomplicated systems. That seems to be how coffee education has been built the last 30 years. Complication has been good. Overcomplication has been even better. And it's been very anecdotal, and for sure, everything that's been said about pseudoscience through the last couple of 100 years, even thousands since Plato, has just been kind of done in the coffee business as if nothing was said about pseudoscience or bad theories. So, yeah. The path to a respected roastery begins with this one shift in belief. You need to have advice based on sensory proven facts, and that's not the case with either the old, the new SCA system, or the CQI model that's based on the old system. And this is your rock solid path to becoming a confident and respected coffee roaster, because if it's not proven sensory fact, you're not sure about what you're doing or saying. So by following proven sensory science and use not pseudoscience, you can finally roast with confidence and build with purpose and earn the respect from yourself and others. That's really the essence of what we want to achieve with our education in CoffeeMind. And this presentation answers the question, what would it look like to get scientifically based confidence based on self-insight into your own sensory skills? So you can make your own decisions without leaning on anecdotal and overcomplicated sensory forms or oversimplified contextless roast curve advice. So, and you can see I've added a small IKAWA picture here, because the great thing about the IKAWA is that you can have the questions to your skills and your product answered practically and not theoretically. It's a small little tool that can give you a very controlled sample set for sensory training, and of course also a sample set on experimenting with different green coffees. Many people, they ask me how to roast this or that, how to roast anaerobic, how to roast naturals, how to roast washed, how to roast pulp natural. It's just no such thing exists, right? That theory, people, they love to answer those questions, but basically it's a waste of time to trust any of those advice. And this is where I really love to have an empirical answer to that question, which you can get with the IKAWA, because you can just roast and then you can answer the question yourself if you trust your skills, which is also what you can learn to do with the IKAWA, particularly with the new course that we have developed. So yeah, just a bit about CoffeeMind. I guess, I don't know if you all know about us, so I'll try to make this short. We work with coffee roasting and sensory analysis through education, consultancy, and science. Have done this for 2 decades now. We have published scientific research, but most importantly, we've been teaching more than 2,000 individuals in small groups of 6 to 8. So we really know and care about not wasting people's time. And of course, we've consulted a lot as well, and been running scientific projects, and we are up to 15 scientific papers now. If you haven't, I would highly encourage you to scan this QR code and listen to all our podcasts, where there's a lot of free education for you to basically, well, I call this a brainwash in the positive sense, because I've created this podcast to really put out there openly what scientific methodology is, so that you can use that to avoid anecdotal pseudoscience in the advice that you hear around the world. So I would highly recommend you to seek out CoffeeMind's podcast and spend your idle time with some good education. So CoffeeMind and IKAWA, there is kind of no cross ownership, and I'm not paid to do any of this. It's just that we've just been using it for years, and it's been just rock solid for everything we've needed. It does exactly what I need and nothing more, so it's not overcomplicated either. It's all the way back to 2012. I saw the first prototype at Macanta Coffee Hunters in London. And since basically for 10 years now, since 2015, we've used the IKAWA for sample roasting, pilot roasting, consultancy, and scientific research. This is pictures from my production roasting with IKAWA, 2 IKAWAs, or even sometimes 3, when I did a project with Tim Vendelbo on fertilization, where we did the sensory descriptive analysis. But I want to go back. I actually want to take you back to the different, very important epiphanies I have had since 2005, because sometimes you just live your life and kind of don't really think about why you believe what you do. But as a new